Hello and welcome to this new video from Olfert&Co. Unfortunately, our audio track got messed up, so we're trying to do a voiceover here. In this video, we want to present to you the new, beautiful Fortis Marinemaster in Woodpecker green. Truly a beautiful watch. It was newly launched and recently introduced. We already have it in several colors here in front of us. You see it here on the rubber strap with the corresponding green dial. Absolutely stunning. The model is, of course, available in different colors and various versions. You can simply check them out online. Otherwise, we would be happy if you leave a like on the video and subscribe to our channel. And otherwise, there's nothing more to say except enjoy the video. So, in front of us, we now see the new Fortis box of the model. We all know the large Fortis box, and since the pilot variant, also this beautiful one here, new variant in a compact form. If we press on the lid on the right side here, the whole thing pops open. And underneath there's actually a small beautiful pouch. That's very interesting. Inside there are all the instructions and information about the watch, warranty terms. And underneath, in an extra compartment, the valid warranty card. So beautifully packaged, totally. Kept compact and absolutely classy, but of course what's important is what's inside, and when we open it up, it continues. Like this. And here we see, once again on the lid, Fortis automatic wristwatch. Also a small reminder so it doesn't get forgotten. This is very nicely crafted with attention to detail by Fortis, which we personally like very much. But here we already see the beautiful Fortis Marinemaster. But under the watch we actually have more hidden, and let's take a look inside. So, and here we are greeted by a nice Fortis microfiber cloth. Absolutely top-notch, and underneath there's also a very high-quality screwdriver. We'll find out shortly what we need it for. But it's certainly great what Fortis includes in the package. But I would say, now let's take a detailed look at the watch together. So, now we see the beautiful Fortis Marinemaster in the so-called Woodpecker green fonts. Also fittingly here on the rubber strap, of course. Beautiful color scheme, which I find quite fitting for autumn, for the color change. Absolutely fantastic. The model has the well-known 40mm, well, what does well-known mean? So the 40mm case. It is made from recycled stainless steel. So if we take a look at it now, the entire case is really made from recycled stainless steel. It's nice that Fortis is taking this path and also keeping the ecological footprint as small as possible. Furthermore, on the front, the unidirectional rotating gear bezel with a luminous dot. Let's take another look at it now. Of course, also with indexing and numbering on the bezel outside and the luminous dot at 12 o'clock. But if we just take a look at the dial of this model here, it's absolutely stunning. So, one might think there are Olfert&Co's on the dial, but it's actually the O from the name Fortis. But, of course, one might also think it could be from us. It definitely looks super cool. Fits perfectly. At the bottom we have the Marinemaster inscription and 300 meters water resistance depicted. And these O's continue, of course, on the rubber strap. Totally coherent, and I think Fortis really nailed it. Pulled it off. Now let's take another look here at the bezel in detail. So it really has a nice pressure point. I'm sorry that you can't hear it in detail now, but it really has a nice sound. Otherwise, you should come by and take a look at it. In terms of craftsmanship, it's simply an absolute stunner. Also nicely set off here. Again with the black frame around the bezel. There's another ring so that you can really grip the whole thing, finely notched. Absolutely great. And here we can actually already see on the side that the lug screws are screwed in here. In other words, we have screwed lug screws. We'll take a closer look at how to mount the strap in detail shortly. On the right side, we also have the screwed and protected crown, with the Fortis crown also depicted. That means everything really fits perfectly from start to finish with this model. And here, exactly, you can see it again. And really nice when we unscrew the whole thing, then we can breathe a little life into the entire model again. Also a nice detail is that we have this black ring, which we have on the bezel, actually also inside the crown. So a nice detail, because Fortis paid attention to it. It winds really well, but of course that's what you expect from Fortis. It turns wonderfully. By the way, the movement used here is the so-called UW30 performance. This is a Swiss automatic movement equipped with a bidirectional special rotor and chronometer standard. It's actually very interesting that it also has a gold-plated lucidure, restlessness, and of course the date at the 3 o'clock position, and overall a power reserve of 38 hours. The case height is also very pleasant, especially for a diver at 40mm. We don't have huge dimensions here, especially with the very short lugs. We have a strap integrated into the case here. This is really very pleasant. We can see it here as well. Of course, the lug screws on the side again. So overall, just wonderfully crafted. Here at the bottom, the case tapers towards the strap. And the strap is essentially hidden in the lug. Simply very well executed. To see the whole thing again here on the side, with the lug screws, meaning the screwdriver included in the package, you can use it accordingly to loosen the lug screws here. And then you can change the strap. There are wonderful color variants. For example, you can attach a white rubber strap to add a splash of color. Or of course, a steel bracelet. You can definitely check online. You can already see what variants are available. It is very diverse. The attached strap here at the pin buckle with the corresponding Fortis crown. I also find that quite nice. Attention to detail. Visually, simply a beautiful watch with attention to detail. Craftsmanship down to the last detail. So everything is very, very high quality. That is definitely pleasing. On the back, we can also see the screwed case back, which gives us an overall water resistance of 300 meters. So really good for a diver. Also, worth mentioning positively is the Super Luminova applied here. That's really great, because we also have a Super Luminova ring here, around the indices. That's already a nice feature. The hand indices, and this ring glows, that's really nice. And what we additionally see here, of course, the Fortis logo, which is also luminescent itself. That's really cool, and once it's charged, you can see it yourself. In daylight, it already glows nicely, but now let's first take a look at the case dimensions. We have a diameter of 40.1 millimeters here, and then the case height, hand measured, is 12.7 millimeters. Of course, the camera doesn't really want to focus right now, which is a bit unfortunate, but it's still cool. Now let's take another look at the lug-to-lug measurement, and here we come to 43 millimeters, so it's really kept very compact due to the absence of lugs. And in this context, let's also take a look at the weight, which comes to 106.37 grams here on the calibrated gold scale. And now, we also see the model here on my wrist, as always, on a wrist. Circumference of, yes, 18 to 18.5 scimitar in circumference. And I just find the watch awesome. So it fits perfectly on the arm. It fits wonderfully, especially the rubber is also super comfortable, soft. And if you take a look at the color here, this beautiful woodpecker green, as Fortis calls it, is simply amazing, especially in combination with the small O's, or these square circles. Squares, however you want to call them, it just looks awesome. Looks cool. I think it's great what Fortis has accomplished here. So the quality is just right, and take a look at it in person if you have the chance. So unfortunately, we are already at the end of our video about the Fortis Marinemaster in Woodpecker Green. I hope, of course, that you liked the video and the watch. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments below. And we would, of course, be happy if you join us next time and leave us a like and subscribe to the channel in the meantime. That really helps us a lot. Otherwise, see you next time. Take care. Bye.